And welcome back. Our goal for this video is to try and get a Quetzal and to get some oil with our new Basilisk sword. And anything else from that, depending on how successful those two go. So yeah, there we go. So I get my Bazzy out and I'm about to go get some oil, but I didn't know this. I thought the Bazzy was the one who was able to like physically collect the oil by hitting it. So I tried that and I realized very quickly I made a mistake. And within the span of probably 10 seconds I had 4 or 5 sharks just come at me, but the Bazzy was able to take care of them, so I mean, I guess it's cool. So the next thing I ended up doing was killing the I don't know, the shrimp dudes. I forget, I don't know what they're called. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they give a lot of oil and black pearls and stuff, so we just went with and massacred them with Sylvester and Bazzy. I still ended up getting a bunch of oil and black pearls and stuff, so it all worked out in the end. From right here, this is the first time I've ever used night vision goggles, so I was just kind of playing around and excited about it, so yeah. I made a flight over to my wooden tree stand to get some more sap so that we can make kibble. We're starting to up our kibble process. We have an oviraptor and a lot of argentavis, so hopefully we can get a lot of kibble going. The next little project I'm working on here is really just a complete wraparound fence of my area. The pretty much only reason I decided to make this was because I didn't want my oviraptor to like escape because he's on wandering. I guess it's cool because it keeps things out of this side as well, but that's the biggest reason. So I'm beginning to try and capture a Quetzal. I want it so I don't have to go back and forth from my base so much to get metal. And I heard of this idea where you grapple like a bird and you whistle it to attack Quetzal and just follow and shoot it with like a tripod. So right here, as you're seeing, is kind of unfortunate for a second here. Some terror birds started attacking us, and when I kept trying to target the Quetzal, I kept targeting the terror birds, and I got in a little bit of trouble, but we made it out barely. So now we're gonna just begin chasing this thing down. Really, while trying to do this, to follow it, you just whistle past it, like right when your bird starts to get really close, and then you hold steady for a second, and you just whistle to attack again, it just follows it. As you see here though, the direction the Quetzal slowly is flying towards is those mountains in the distance, and that becomes a problem here in a second. So we end up getting over these mountains, and unfortunately the cold starts to kill me, and I kind of panic here, and I'm like, oh shoot, get back, get back, get back. And somehow, you know, scamming food and whatnot, we barely made it back to warmth, but there's really nothing we can do about the Quetzal at this point. It was unfortunate. I probably used 70 or so trank darts at this point, but we can go. We'll have to come back another day. So I end up finding another Quetzal though. Another day has come, and he was pretty far from the mountains this time. So I started to chase him, and I was like, okay, cool. This will probably work out. We're far enough away. I just gotta make sure I hit my shots. Well, this griffin just happened to be right here in this exact spot, ready for us to fly through here, and he started chasing us. Now, me being the optimist I am, I was like, okay, this griffin's just gonna like lose us. He's gonna be aggro. Something's gonna happen, and he'll just ignore us at some point, surely. But he ends up killing us, and it was sad though. No! So yeah, here we are again. I told myself 3rd time's a charm, and as you can see, I brought a spare bird to try and fight off any griffins if I happen to run into them. But what ends up happening this time is, you can see now, Quetzal's flying towards the mountains. I don't know if they're programmed this way or what, but they just automatically been flying towards these mountains every time I go after them. So I don't get this one either, which is slightly annoying. My new plan here, after failing because of cold a couple of times, was I'm gonna go get some blueprints for some high-level fur armor. That way, hopefully, I can survive the coldest spot on the map. I didn't really know about blueprints before. I was like, oh, if I keep leveling my crafting skill, maybe that can give me better armor. That doesn't help. I was like, well, how do I get better armor? So then I looked it up, and here we go, blueprints. And finally, a little bit of luck, I happened to get fur boots the first time I go and open one of these things. So I'm just kind of flying around here, and I noticed there's this 150 Rex over here, and I was like, hey, I need one of those. Probably a little bit easier than trying to get the Therizinosaurs, but yeah, so I gear up, I grab a raptor, and I use my strategy of shooting it and running away on my raptor. I just think it works out pretty well, you know, not having to do traps or anything. This feels like it's pretty good. Woo! I ended up going and getting a few female Rexes just so I can get some Rex eggs. My metal was a little bit low. I needed to boost it up. Polymer was next on my list. So I had plenty of cementing paste from all of those beaver dams over there, but I needed a bunch of obsidian, and I remember there's a bunch in this cave. While I was in here, I happened to run across this trophy, I think. I don't know. It's for one of the bosses, but yeah, so we're leaving the cave here. I'm cooking up all that polymer, and that's it for this one.